For any assignment-related queries, call us at +1 678 648 4277. You can mail us at info@eduassignmenthelp.com or reach us at https://www.eduassignmenthelp.com. 1. Hodling's location game. Recall the beach vendors game we discussed in class, with the following modification. There are two firms, I equals 1, 2, each one chooses a position from the set C equals 1, 2, 10. The consumers are equally distributed across these 10 positions. Consumers buy from the firm whose position is closest to theirs. If the two firms are equidistant from a given position, half of the consumers go to each firm. The aim of the firms is to maximize their total sales. Thus, for example, Firm 1's payoff if both firms choose position 8 is U1, 8, 8 equals 50. If instead, Firm 1 chooses 7 and Firm 2 chooses 8, Firm 1's payoff is U1, 7, 8 equals 70. Hint: you do not need to write out the full payoff matrix. Problems. Consider the strategy of picking location 1. Find all the strategies that strictly dominate strategy 1. Explain your answer. Hint: try some guesses and see if they work. B. Suppose now that there are 3 firms. Thus, for example, U1, 8, 8, 8 equals 33.3 and U1, 7, 9, 9 equals 73.3. Is strategy 1 dominated, strictly or weakly, by strategy 2? How about by strategy 3? Explain. C. Suppose we delete strategies 1 and 10. That is, we rule out the possibility of any firm choosing either location 1 or 10, although there are still consumers at those positions. Is strategy 2 dominated, strictly or weakly, by any other strategy SI in the reduced game? Explain. eduassignmenthelp.com. 2. Penalty shots revisited. Player 1 has to take a soccer penalty shot to decide the game. She can shoot left, middle, or right. Player 2 is the goalie. He can dive to the left, middle, or right. Actions are chosen simultaneously. The payoffs, which here are the probabilities in tenths of winning, are as follows: 4 6 7 3 9 1. 6 4 3 7 6 4. 9 1 7 3 4 6. LMR. LMR. A. For each player, is any strategy dominated by another strategy? B. What probabilities, beliefs, must player 2 attach to player 1's strategies in order for M to be a best response? C. For what beliefs about player 2's strategy is M a best response for player 1? Hint: you do not need to draw a 3-dimensional picture. D. Suppose player 2 puts himself in player 1's shoes and assumes that player 1, whatever is her belief, will always choose a best response to that belief. Should player 2 ever choose M? E. Show that this game does not have a pure strategy Nash equilibrium. eduassignmenthelp.com. 3. Splitting the dollars. Players 1 and 2 are bargaining over how to split $10. Each player I names an amount, SI between 0 and 10 for herself. These numbers do not have to be in whole dollar units. The choices are made simultaneously. Each player's payoff is equal to her own money payoff. We will consider this game under 2 different rules. In both cases, if S1 plus S2 less than or equal to 10, then the players get the amounts that they named, and the remainder, if any, is destroyed. A. In the first case, if S1 plus S2 greater than 10, then both players get 0 and the money is destroyed. What are the pure strategy, Nash equilibria of this game? B. In the second case, if S1 plus S2 greater than 10 and the amounts named are different, then the person who names the smaller amount gets that amount and the other person gets the remaining money. If S1 plus S2 greater than 10 and S1 equals S2, then both players get $5. What are the pure strategy, Nash equilibria of this game? C. Now suppose these two games are played with the extra rule that the named amounts have to be in whole dollar units. Does this change the pure strategy, Nash equilibria in either case? eduassignmenthelp.com. Solutions. 1. Hodling's location game. The key to approaching this problem is to remember that the notion of dominance is all about my own pay of. For dominance, it never matters whether I get more or less than my opponent. Notice that all numbers in this answer are my own pay OFS. A. Position 1 is strictly dominated by 2, in fact, by many other strategies. This is because my own pay of is higher when I choose 1 than when I choose 2, and this is true for any strategy of my opponent. To see this, just consider each possible position of the other FRM. Let's use the notation that the FRST entry is our FRM and the second entry is the other FRM. So, for example, and so on. A similar reasoning applies to strategies 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Strategies 8, 9, 10 do not dominate 1. To see this, suppose the other FRM chooses position 7. Then U1 7 equals 35 and U8 7 equals 30, which means choosing 8 is not better than choosing 1 for all possible strategies of my opponent. 90 equals U2 1, U1 1 equals 50 50 equals U2 2, U1 2 equals 10 20 equals U2 3, U1 3 equals 15 25 equals U2 4, U1 4 equals 20 30 equals U2 5, U1 5 equals 25. eduassignmenthelp.com. B. Strategy 1 is dominated by 2, although this time only weakly. To see this for 1 and 2, let Z and Y, with X, Y, be the positions of the other FRMS. Start with the easy cases. Then do the hard cases. Consider the cases where X greater than Y greater than 2. In these cases, Xi is irrelevant when comparing choosing 1 or 2. Whether our FRM chooses 1 or 2, it wins all the consumers at or to the left of its position and half the consumers between herself and Y, so moving to the right, from 1 to 2, increases its market share. The same analysis works, more or less, for the case X equals Y greater than 2. Again, whether our FRM chooses 1 or 2, it wins all the consumers at or to the left of her position. Now, the fraction of consumers she wins between itself and E is not cleanly a half, but it is still a fraction less than 1. So, again, moving to the right, from 1 to 2, increases market share. This only leaves for cases to check X equals 3, Y equals 2, X equals Y equals 2, X equals Y equals 1, and X equals 2, Y equals 1. It is easy to check each of these. The same reasoning applies to strategy 3. It weakly dominates strategy 1. C. In this 3 FRM case, even after eliminating 1 and 10, position 3 does not dominate position 2. To see this, consider the case where the other FRMS choose 4 and 3. Then U2 2 3 equals 10 equals 10 equals U1 2 3 U2 2 2 equals 33. 33 greater than 10 equals U1 2 2 U2 1 1 equals 90 greater than 33.33 equals U1 1 1 U2 2 1 equals 45 greater than 10 equals U1 2 1. eduassignmenthelp.com. U2 4 3 equals 20 greater than 15 equals U3 4 3. Strategy 2 is also not dominated by 4. Consider the other two FRMS choosing 5 and 3. A similar argument rules out any other strategy, for example 4, dominating 2. 2. Penalty shots. This problem is not asking a prediction for the game. It asks, what must a rational player be thinking in order to justify the choice of a given action? A. No strategy is dominated.